Hello and welcome back to the Middle Georgia Spotlight. I'm your host, Jack Ellis. As I said before we went to break, we have a very dynamic person joining us here, Dr. Ashanti Johnson, who is the superintendent and the chief executive officer of Cirrus Academy, which is a chartered school, state chartered?
Yes, sir.
A state chartered school here in Macon, Bibb County, located in one of the best places in Macon, the old Eugenia Hamilton Elementary School. I say that because I was a student, the very first class to ever go to that school, I was in it. So I'm so glad to know that it's being used for educational purpose, and I'm so proud of what you all are doing. Now, welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me here.
Now, this is the second year of Cirrus Academy. We've read about it. You wrote an op-ed a couple of years back, maybe a year back, last summer, that just grabbed me, and I wanted to read more because it was such a positive as to what was going to happen there, what was happening. Is it happening? Is it coming to fruition? Is it happening?
It is, and to watch the history in making, watching our first robotics team, watching our first football team, and our first football and basketball and soccer starts next week. So that, on top of having our first students go to Civil Air Patrol cadet practice, every day it seems like we're doing history in the making. So we're excited about what's going on.
Well, congratulations. Now this is grade what? Grade?
It's K through 8.
K through 8. Any projection to move, any goals to move up to?
Well, at some point, but right now we're really focusing on just building that as a robust program. And then when we're able to find that model that works as a state charter school, as growing into the high school so that we have a firm foundation, then we'll look at expanding at that point.
And how many students we're talking at the school, your enrollment?
Right now our minimum enrollment is 451.
451.
So, right, and so we
and your capacity?
Our capacity is more about 520.
Okay, so you're right nearly, almost at capacity, if you will. Now, tell us, make sure you tell the lay people, including myself, the difference between a state chartered school, a local charter school, who do you answer to, where do you get your funding?
Okay, I will. So we are a state charter school, meaning that we're contracted with the Charter School Commission for the state of Georgia. Any student that lives in the state of Georgia is welcome to come.
Anywhere in the state of Georgia?
In the state of Georgia. As long as you can get there, you can attend Cirrus Academy, which is different from a local charter. So local charters answer to a school district. They receive supplemental funding from the school district. So unlike that, where Cirrus Academy, we don't, for instance, get benefit of property taxes. So there is a difference in funding that happens with that, but it gives us a level of creativity to really be able to hit the niche that we're looking to. And for us, it's STEAM, so the science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, in such a way that might be a little restrictive within a district.
So your focus, I know it's a well-rounded, a child comes from there, we have a well-rounded education, but your focus is on STEM? Is that what I'm hearing?
STEM plus the A, and for the arts.
The arts?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I know that I just read where it's another school, arts school coming on, charter school.
Yeah, we're really excited and hoping to partner with them on stuff.
Right in Dream Academy, I think.
Is.
Yeah, I plan on having them on sometime. Do you see yourself as competitive, or you
more like
there's enough room for everyone?
It's the latter, where there's enough room for everyone, and students that are really committed and interested in the arts, then Dream should be where they are. Students who are interested in STEM plus the arts, that has that technology piece, has that science, has that mathematic focus, then Cirrus is a good place for them.
Who are some of your partners in technology? Are you partnering with Apple and some of the other technology firms? Are you
So we're looking to grow the partnership. One of our strongest STEM partners actually is the Civil Air Patrol.
Okay.
And so they have a school-wide curriculum that we're using. So kindergarten through 8th grade. They actually have the manipulative, so we're having rockets and gliders and those type of things, and its foundation is in STEM principles. So we're learning about velocity, we're learning about gravity and other things that are happening with that. So that curriculum then is kindergarten to 8th, but then the unique thing at our school is from 6th to 8th grade, our students get even more hands-on experience through our cadet program. And so with that, they're able to, if they're working hard from 6th grade to 8th grade, actually get their pilot's license. So you can imagine all the STEM involved in those kind of processes. And so front cockpit glider flights, and 10 of those and 10 of the motor flights, and so it's a wonderful experience. We just started that, so I'm excited. We've gone from 26 students the first time to 31, and so there are even more that are going out this time, and we're the only public school in Macon-Bibb area that's offering that program.
You know, public school, some people hear charter isn't really public, is it? But it is a public school.
It is a choice public school.
It's a choice public school.
Yes.
So you said it's open all over the state. Kids come from all over the state of Georgia, but if you look at your student body, are most of them from Macon or from the surrounding area?
So we have some from Macon, from Houston. There's been some from Twiggs, so surrounding counties.
Surrounding counties,
Yep.
yeah. So the
Yep.
commuters, if you will.
Yep.
Because if they drove down from Atlanta, I'm sure
it'd be an early morning and a late night.
It'd be more difficult.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned sports. So you're playing football with helmets, or is it flag football?
No, we're playing full contact football.
Well, who do you play? Other schools?
We're playing in the Bibb. We're playing
in the
against
Bibb
Bibb
County.
counties.
You're part of the Bibb County, as well as basketball, and
Right.
as well as the. That's amazing. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
great. So a child is not giving up anything, because I know when I was in 8th grade, I wanted to play basketball. So if you didn't have a basketball team, I probably wouldn't want to come to your school.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't come here for basketball, but you can play basketball.
Right, and
you come here for the STEM.
And for basketball, we were really fortunate. Dr. Avin Allen over Central Georgia Technical College allowed us to use their gym as our home gym. And so that was wonderful. You've been on campus. You know our gym is multi-purpose: cafeteria, gymnasium, auditorium, and so that was one of the challenges for our school, is to find a facility that we could actually have home games in.
Yeah. So your funding, therefore, comes some from the state and some from private?
So mostly from the state. We need more from private. So we're doing fundraisers, like for instance, home games for our football team. We have the land, but it needs to be developed. We are actually dedicating our library to the Bibb Retired Educators Association. So they've been helping us organize, but there's still some funding needed to bring that on. So we do, as most charter schools, rely on not only the state funding, but also donations and support from the communities and private partners.
Now the teachers, obviously you have a PhD, but we're talking about the frontline teachers. Do they have to have the same qualification, pass the same I guess, a qualification test that to teach as in regular schools?
So in charter schools, there's several different options. So there's a traditional certification path, and then there's waivers that allows for expertise. So if there's expertise and you have a phenomenal engineer that has an engineering degree but not an education degree, because we need that person to help with the STEM courses and the robotics team, then we're able to apply a waiver to say he or she is able to give us the content knowledge for our students that are needed, and then we encourage them to get their teaching credentials.
Now, whose call is that? Is that your call as the superintendent CEO, or do you have to bounce it up to the state and they have to approve it?
Well, as far as identifying the faculty that meets our needs, that's us in-house. And then with the Charter School Commission, they look at the credentials of everyone we have. The PSC, so anybody who's not a certified teacher, immediately when they hit our door, we have a plan towards certification. So there's always supposed to see the growth towards certification, but that's a big commitment. So, you know, along with teaching our students, then saying, okay, I'm going to enroll in these classes, or I'm going to do that. So as long as they're making the progress and they're providing the education that we need for our students to have, then that is what charter school waivers are for. And so we have a mixed group in our building.
Well, unfortunately, I was born and raised in this town. As I mentioned, Hamilton was the very first school. I was brand new when I walked in the door. And I'm somewhat, I don't want to say disgusted, wouldn't be the right word. I'm disappointed at some of the level that our schools are performing at, and some of them in the area, 5 or 6 of them on the need to improve list, where the state will come in and to turn around person. If I looked at the test scores of your school, the second year in operation, these children came from, as you said, from the surrounding areas, Twiggs, or from, would have been in the Bibb County school system. How are they comparing to, if you had to measure them right now?
So our second round of testing will happen in April. The first year of a charter school is always a heavy lift, because we're taking students, as you mentioned, from other counties and trying to give them up get them up to the area that they should. So while there were some who performed higher, there are others that were comparable to the surrounding counties. So we're actually laying out now plans to do a lot of enrichment. We've been really fortunate to have the Middle Georgia Center for Academic Excellence come in and work with us, providing tutors for our middle school students from Mercer University. We're also using EIP program, Early Intervention Program, for our kindergarten through 5th graders. And so it is an open school, so you accept everyone. And so when everyone comes in, you begin to meet them where they're at, their needs. So I anticipate there will be increase, but again, after having students that have been in other school systems for a while, it takes a while to overcome where they are.
But if I'm sitting at home and I'm listening at this program, and I hope a lot of parents will be listening and watching, and I'm trying to make a decision, maybe my child is not doing as well in school X, and I say, well, I want to try this charter school. What do I have to do to get my child on the list to get him? Because I don't live in this zone, I live someplace else.
Okay. Well, so all students are eligible as long as they're a resident in Georgia. You can go to our website, which is www.cirrusacademy.org, and you can download the application or go to the online process. We also have had people come in, and I will tell you one of the keys that's happening now, because it's a lottery system, it's first come, first serve, is that there are some people who are transferring in even now, because if they're coming in now, that guarantees their slot for next year. And so we're still having people enroll during this school year, which is one of the things. And when you're that kind of parent, one of the things is consider, because we're a school that really focuses on meeting the needs of all of our children, then there are a lot of online supplemental activities we do. So we're using online preparation to be able to help the students learn. And so this is us working in partnership with the parents. And so they're able to see where their students are performing in-house. They're able to assign supplemental activities while they're at home and be able to have that communication. So we're trying to use that cutting edge technology to make that work.
So the benefit for my child going to this, not this charter school, but any state charter school, will be what? That he or she will be in a smaller class size, get more individualized teaching. What's the benefit?
So I would say some of it is going to be the customized learning that happens. And so seeing that child where they are and saying, okay, this is where they are, this is where we need to go. Let's work out a plan to get them there. That happens a lot more at charter schools than larger school districts. The others be able to explore what their interests are. And so having someone who's interested or inclined in mathematics or technology or in arts, because we have students who are on our athletic teams, our robotics teams, and our Civil Air Patrol, and they're all doing phenomenal jobs in every subject they hit. And then we have some that are just committed to one particular area. So it lets you diversify or focus, and I think that's a benefit for a charter environment.
Yeah. How, if you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, how the community has embraced you and supported you, how would you rate it?
So this has been wonderful. I'm from Dallas, as we discussed, and I've been here now almost 2 years. And so people are very open and welcome in being able to show us, you know, where we should go. The church community is wonderful, not only to myself, but to our entire school. They're some of our best partners and supporters. So this has been a wonderful experience because Cirrus Academy truly is a school of the community. And that's one of the things that we wanted to make sure everyone understood.
Well, thank you so much, and congratulations on your 2nd year. And we know you're doing great things there. I've been over a couple of times. I look forward to coming back, doing some volunteer, and see what's going on. We've been speaking with Dr. Ashanti Johnson, who is the CEO and Superintendent of Cirrus Academy, located here in Macon, Georgia, on Pinona Avenue, the old Eugenia Hamilton building. And of course, it's a state charter school, and they're doing good work there. And we wish you well and a bright, bright, and successful future.
Thank you so much.
At Cirrus Academy.
Thank you.
We thank you all so much for joining us here this week on the Middle Georgia Spotlight. Until next week, I'm your host, Jack Ellis. Goodbye, everybody.